Hello creative Tartanites and welcome to 'Tis the Season for Jolly Journaling. This is my December challenge for my creative Tartanite tribe. If you're not already a member of the Tartanite tribe, it is my creative group on Facebook where we all get together, we chat, we have a laugh and we do challenges on a monthly basis. So if you're a creative person who enjoys all sorts of creativity, then why not check out the Creative Tartanite Tribe? You'll find the link in the description below. Now, like many other creatives, I actually enjoy a variety of different creative activities. One of those activities is journaling. So I thought it would be fun for December to take a look at journaling and how to make a journal, how to decorate a journal and how to use a journal. There are of course many different ways in which we can use journals and this is just one of them. My goal for the December challenge is to bring you a daily video with a daily prompt and how I decorate that day's page. So let's get started. I have everything that I need here on my desk to make my signature. This is going to be an insert. It can also be used as a standalone journal, but it is just a single signature. All the papers here are available in the free digital download pack that I have made available to my creative Tartanites who are all joining in on the December daily challenge. So day one, we are making the book. Now normally it would be made in advance and people will be journaling on a daily basis, but as this is a challenge and it starts on the 1st of December and it's for people who have not really done journaling before, for those of you who have done journaling before and are quite experienced at it, feel free to embellish this as much as you like and do however you want to do it. So I'll just give a quick flip through some of the papers that are available. There's pattern paper, there's, I don't think you can see the dots particularly well, there we go. You can just see them. They're quite faded on screen, but they are there. They're little red dots. This is just plain paper on the back of checked paper or plaid or plaid, however you want to pronounce it. This is a plaid with a mosaic effect added to it. I thought this was kind of cute. We've got obviously again just plain little bit of texture to it. There is some graph paper even. More plain and check. So all totaled I have 8 different sheets of paper. So put together in the signature, that means that there's going to be 32 pages. So this is one, whoops. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. In order to make the signature, I've printed out on A4, this is A4 paper, and this is A4 cardstock. Now because the A4 cardstock and the A4 paper were absolutely bang on exactly the same size, what I've done before I started filming was I just took a little sliver off so it did not, it gave a little bit of leeway at the top and the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. So just a little bit of leeway at the top and the bottom. You don't have to do it if you want to have it exact, that's up to you. I just prefer to give myself a little bit of leeway so when I sew my signature in, the inside of the booklet doesn't actually show above the cover. Now I've already pre-folded these, so that's saving me a little bit of time. This is what's called an awl. It's basically a pokey tool. It's sharp on the edge, on the end here, and it's for poking holes. That's essentially what it is. So if you've got something that is sharp, a needle, for example, if you have a really sharp needle with the little protectors for your fingers, you know, the thimbles, you can use a needle, or you can use a drawing pen or something, or even if you have a pokey tool. If you're a crafter of any sort, you probably have a pokey tool. So that is that. I also have this large needle, and this thread here is this, and I got this out of my local wool store. It's called Star Mist. It knits as 3-ply and it's called decorative thread, and I happened to see it when I was in the shop a few weeks ago and thought that would be perfect for Christmas. So I'm using the green to sew my signature together. So without further ado, because I'm waffling now, I'm going to get started and show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to pop this to the side for the time being, and I'm going to fold my card. Now I've printed it double-sided. Again, as I said, all that you see in terms of patterns and the plain back sides are all available in the free digital download kit. I'm just going to fold this in half. And one of the other tools that I have that's handy to have is a bone folder, and that just allows me to be able to get a good crease on the cardstock. So once I've done that, if you haven't already done so, fold all your papers, decide which order they're going in, and that will fit in here. Now, one of the other things that's handy, it's not essential, but is handy, is if you have some sort of paper clip. That just allows you that once it's in place, you can then just simply stick it together. Now I'm going to use two, so I'm going to have one on one side and one on the other. Now I'm going a little bit slower in order for you to be able to see what I'm doing. I would normally do this a lot quicker, and as I said, I'm keeping this in real time in order for you to actually see just the length of time it actually takes, because I know not everybody has the time. So this is roughly around about just a little over 8 inches. So what I'm looking for, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm simply putting the ruler in so I can roughly find my halfway point, which is about there. So I'm going to stick the awl there, and I am going to poke it through. Whoops. So I'm poking through, and I'm just checking to see where it comes out on the back side, and there you can see it's there. Then I'm going to again line up the ruler, and I'm going to do roughly about an inch, but I can see that where my lines cross here is actually a really good place to put the other one. So I'm going to poke through there, and that's it out the other side, and I'm going to poke through there. So there's the 3 holes. There's one right in the middle, and there's one on either side. Then I'm going to take my green thread, and I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to poke it through the hole, and I'm going to leave quite a good length here. Okay, so what I tend to do is I'll hold it with my thumb, and then you can either go up the top or down the bottom, and I'm going to go down the bottom, and then you poke it back through the bottom. Now this is a little bit stiffer because for some reason the hole seems to have been not quite as thick, but that's okay. I just pull it through. Then you go, in fact I think I might just pull that through just a little bit more. Oops. So pull it through and then up to the top hole here, and then poke that through to, whoops, obviously making sure that you don't leave your thread round things, and then pull that through and pull it reasonably taut. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the back, and I am going to poke it back through this middle one, and as I'm poking it back through, I'm checking to make sure where it's coming through. Oops, oh. So I'm going to poke it through the back, through to the front, and some reason it's not liking coming through. Ah, there we go, that's it. It's through. Be careful of your fingers. And I'm going to pull it through, and I'm going to pull it as taut as I can get it without pulling it too tight, because we don't want the paper to rip. And then we're simply going to tie a knot. Now, don't know if you can see, but I'll bring it up to the camera on. I've actually got it on either side of this middle, so it's tying the knot actually around the thread in the middle. Whoops. So that is that. Now you can tie it in a knot up round here, but seeing as it's Christmas, I'm actually going to leave it to dangle, and I'm going to find something to actually put on, maybe a Christmas charm or something. I will stick that on the bottom there. Now I know that some people will actually have the dangle hanging off the bottom. I'm not going to, and the reason I'm not going to is because when your booklet's standing up, if it's on the bottom, it's going to get in the way, and if you've got it on a shelf. So I personally don't like to have it dangling off the bottom, but I will find something that will dangle inside the book and is flat. So I've got some charms that I'll be able to use for that. So in the meantime, I'm just going to leave it as is, and that's us. That's us sewn our booklet. Now, as you can see, now that we've got it sewn, there are edges that are sticking out. Now, some people don't mind that, other people do. If you mind it, then what you do is you simply get a ruler of some description, put it along the edge, and you can use a craft knife and cut, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I have my craft knife set, which I just recently bought. It's got various different. The only thing that I don't like about this kit is that when you've got it out of the box, there's no cover, there's no protection on it, so be careful if you have similar. So I'm just going to line this up as best I can along the edge of the booklet, and I'm going to start running my knife. So I'm now going to have to rewind a little bit because I've just come back from rounding the corners and realised that I actually forgot that I was going to take a chunk off of the edge here, because this is going to fit in my traveller's notebook, and if I leave it at this width it's not going to fit. So I've measured the width of the books that are already in there, and they are about 5 inches. So I've marked off 5 inches on the book, and I am going to line up my ruler again to the 5-inch mark, and I'm going to make sure that that is straight, and I'm going to just simply take that edge off. Now I'm going to line it up against this because it's really difficult to do it by eye when you've got lines going in all directions. So that looks like that's lined up correctly. And going to start to take these off. Now for some reason it doesn't seem to be wanting to cut up the top there. Obviously not had my knife at the right angle, or I've not started it the right. So instead of starting off the page, I've maybe started on the page. That's it. That's it now. Cutting. So that's it. For some reason I seem to have a bit of a girdle going on up the top here. That's it. There we go, that's it. Got it. Right. So that's that done. I am now going to round the corners. I will be right back. So there you go. There is a notebook that is going to fit in this traveller's notebook cover. As you can see, there you go. That's it, fitting in there. Just give you a flip through. Got all the different papers. It's sewn in the middle. And that's you. You can decorate it however you want. If you want to put an image on the front, or if you want to, you know, put December daily, or however you want to leave it as is. That is entirely up to yourself. So thanks for joining me today. If you are interested in joining in this Creative Tartanite Challenge, then I will put all the details in the description below. You just need to click on and join the Creative Tartanite tribe, and you will get sent an invite to join in the challenge, and that will give you all the instructions and how to get your digital downloads. So take care everyone, all you lovely creative Tartanites. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now.